Dear student, now I give lecture on Introduction to Economics in Hydroelectric Power Plants, Effects of Variable Load on Power System, Classification of Cost. The first one is Introduction. In all engineering works, the question of cost is of the first importance only. The cost is very important. In most cases, the cost decides whether a certain project will be carried out or not, although political and other consideration may intervene sometimes. The electrical power supplier is required to supply power to a large number of consumers to meet their requirements. While designing electric power generating stations and other systems, efforts are made to achieve overall economics so that the per unit cost of power generation is lowest as possible. This will enable the supplier to supply electrical energy to its consumers at a reasonable rate only. We generate the power. So the supplier generates the power. The supplier only sells the power to the consumer at a reasonable rate only. The problem of determining the cost of any scheme is difficult because the cost varies considerably with the time and tariff consideration. That means tariff condition means for domestic service the tariff is different. For low tension service the tariff is different. For high tension consumers the tariff is different. So that based on the time and tariff conditions the cost can be varied. Economic problem occurs in the field of generation, transmission, distribution and utilization of electric power. Power system means what? Generation, transmission, distribution. Who utilize? The consumer only utilize the power. The electrical engineer has to adopt the cheapest and most convenient scheme after having the study of the relative cost of possible schemes. This is the introduction to economics. Economics means mainly we can consider the cost only. Second one is effect of variable load on power system. First one is generation of power becomes costly. Suppose the power generation becomes costly means for optimum operation alternators are designed. Which one convert electrical energy? Alternator only in any type of a power plant. In such a way that the maximum efficiency occurs or very close to their rated capacity. Hence, when the load varies, because the load vary time to time. That's why off peak load, base load, average load, different types of load is there. So time to time the load vary. When the load varies and becomes low, the alternator will not be loaded up to its rated capacity and its working efficiency is reduced. So this consequently increases the cost of production. If efficiency of the generator reduces, automatically the power generation, it means the cost of power generation increases. The second one is increased losses. Due to variation in loading conditions, various machines like transformers, electronic devices and other machines so increased losses due to magnetization characteristics, saturation and variation in parameters. This decreases the overall efficiency of the power system. In the power system, we are using transformers, circuit breakers, switches, electronic devices, that is relays, sensors, current, different electronic devices are used. Some machines also we can use, alternators, motors, everything you can use it in the power system. So, due to the magnetization characteristics and saturation characteristics and then the variation of parameters, due to variation in load, what happened? The losses are increased. Therefore, the overall efficiency of the system reduces. Efficiency is equal to what? Output divided by input. Output is directly proportional to efficiency. Output is equal to input minus total losses. If the losses increases, the output that means reduces, so therefore the efficiency reduces. If the efficiency reduces, what happens? The cost of production increases. Third effect is difficulty in controlling the system. When the load changes, the frequency of the system also varies. For proper operation, the frequency must be within the permissible limit. In order to keep the frequency within the limit, additional control equipments are required. If load vary or the generation by generator vary, definitely the frequency of the system vary. If the frequency vary, the system is not in reliable, that is not in stable operation. So therefore additional control equipments are required to maintain the frequency within the limit only. Such equipments increase the cost and the complexity of the system only. Requirement of the additional equipment. Due to additional equipment, that means the cost of generation increases. Variable loading necessitates the use of speed governors, voltage and frequency sensors, microcontrollers, other closed loop control equipments to exert control over the power system and maintain all the parameters within the permissible ranges. If all the parameters, what the parameter? Voltage, current, real power flow, reactive power flow, voltages at buses, frequency, and then speed of the generator, governor, everything within the permissible limit, then only the power system is in the normal state. We already studied about the operating states of the power system in model only we studied. So therefore we have to maintaining all the parameters within the permissible ranges. So these are the effects due to variable load on the power system. Then classification of cost. Three types of cost is there: fixed cost, semi-fixed cost, running cost or operating cost. First we studied about the fixed cost. This cost is independent of maximum demand and energy output. It is due to the annual cost of the organization, interest on the capital of the land, salaries of high officials, the annual expenditure on central organization, salaries of higher officials is fixed since it has to meet whether the plant has high or low maximum demand or it generate less or more energy. So further the capital investment on the land is fixed and hence the amount of the interest also fixed. This is the fixed cost. These are the called as a fixed cost of the power system. Second one is semi-fixed cost. This cost depends upon the maximum demand but independent of the energy output. The semi-fixed cost is due to annual interest and depreciation on the capital cost of the generating plant, transmission and distribution network, buildings and other civil works, all the types of taxes, insurance charges and salaries of management people and then clerical staffs only. These are the semi-fixed cost only. Also, yearly compensation given to workers is included under this head only. The semi-fixed cost is approximately proportional to the maximum demand. Already we know the semi-fixed cost depends on the maximum demand but independent of the energy output only. The semi-fixed cost, therefore the semi-fixed cost is directly proportional to the maximum demand. The size of the cost, the size and cost of the installation is governed by the maximum demand on the power plant. The greater the maximum demand on the power plant, the greater is in size and cost of installation. Further taxes, insurance charges, strengthen of clerical staff depend upon the size of the power plant and hence upon the maximum demand. These are called as a semi-fixed cost. The last one is running cost or operating cost. This cost depends upon the number of hours the plant is in the operation or upon the number of units of the electrical energy is generated. Units means generator. The running or operating cost is due to annual cost of fuel, lubricating oil, water, maintenance charge, repair cost of equipment, wages and salaries of operation and maintenance staff, and salaries of supervisory staff engaged in the running of the power plant. The operating cost is approximately proportional to the units generator. The total annual cost incurred in the power generation is represented by E is equal to A plus B kW plus C kW H kilowatt hour, where A, B, C are the constant. kW is the real power. Fixed and semi-fixed cost being independent of the amount of the energy generated, therefore it is called as a standing cost. In deciding any scheme for any given service, the choice must be such that the total operating cost be minimum only. Based on the running cost and operating cost only, for any given service, we have to choose the choice only. So thank you students for watching this video.